I was in the liberal arts program from 1967 to 1969. One of my recollections was in my freshman year of college, and I remember this freak snowstorm. The Red Cross came in and said no one could leave the campus, and they set up cots and pillows and blankets. And I can remember lines of students, because there were no cell phones. We were calling our families to say we had a hamburger, French fries, and a Coke. That hasn't changed, I guess. And the parents wanted to know where we were sleeping, and they were saying, well, the boys are in the reading room and the girls are in the library, and the parents wanted to know what was the difference between the reading room and the library. But that was my first semester at MassBay. I talk about my times at MassBay all the time to students so that they get a sense of who I am and where I've come from, and that MassBay is a passion for me.
Careful, careful.
In 50 years, MassBay has become an institution. It started as an experiment, part of the community college experiment. And today we have physical facilities, we have programs, we have career faculty, we have presence in our community. We are an institution.
The King's power has now been really limited.
As a teacher, I found that there was 3 rules here that caused you to be successful. He said, rule number 1 is it's all about the students. Rule number 2, it's all about the students. Number 3, if you're all in doubt, see rule number 1.
We receive students at whatever level they're at, and then we build upon their strengths, from here.
Actually, what brought me to MassBay, believe it or not, was my disability. I was very depressed for a long time, and I needed something different. And when I walked through the doors, I knew that I was home. I really felt the sense of community, and I loved it.
I've been a police officer coming up on 24 years now. But MassBay is where I got my start, my foundation for my education, and it was truly a great benefit that serves me to this day.
MassBay to me, and to many of us here, has been like an extended family. Just as we care about our students, we care about each other.
My favorite part about MassBay is your name, not a number. A lot of schools, they email you, the teacher has no idea who you are.
It feels like home, because I made a lot of friends, both students and staff, had great professors, have good classes.
My 2 favorite things about MassBay are the teachers, the way that they cooperate with you, and you get upstairs, you have a lot of people helping you in the homework center if you need help with any work, so therefore you don't get left behind. The other thing is that the students are very friendly there, so you get to always go and get like peer tutoring and stuff like that, and you get to meet a lot of new students.
Let's see how number 3 plays out.
Because so many of the students at MassBay are non-traditional, I see my role as being a kind of a witness in their lives in some ways. So I hear their stories and I build relationships with them that helps them stay more committed to their education.
Race was a factor. I'm happy when students come back to me and they tell me that they have done well. Some will come and they'll give me pictures of their families. I will see a mother coming in and she says, that you taught me in '86 and my son is here at MassBay now. So then I know that we've been successful. And we are getting second and sometimes third generations.
We also have to ensure that we're educating and preparing our people for the new jobs of the 21st century. We've got to prepare our people with the skills they need to compete in this global economy. Community colleges are an essential part of our recovery in the present and our prosperity in the future.
And now we would then proceed.
The college began in the early to mid-90s to recognize that the 21st century was going to be driven by science and technology.
Again, we're going to make these measurements on the trainer.
And they made a very fervent effort to transition the school to drive the curriculums that would support science, technology, engineering, math, and allied health. When I first came here in 1993, this laboratory was an attic. Since then, it's housed what's become the preeminent undergraduate research program in the United States.
In terms of things I am most proud of, it is really getting the college to come together, to work on a strategic plan, so that could be a kind of compass for us to move forward in the work that we had to do. We now have 5 academic divisions. We've positioned the college so that we're aligned with things that students might want to do, whether they want to transfer to a 4-year school and do a liberal arts degree, or end up with a credential where they can go to work.
My expectations when I came to MassBay was to make a career change. And because of the technology that they had at the college and the professors that were very knowledgeable within their areas, my transition was seamless into the engineering design field.
People come here, all ages, all times of life, often when they didn't quite expect to, and that's what the place is all about. One of my favorite examples is a student I had the honor to sit on the stage at his graduation. He was a Iraq and Afghanistan war veteran, and he decided he wanted a career in nursing. He literally put down his gun and learned to become a nurse, and graduated just a few weeks ago on the Wellesley campus stage. And he's built an entirely new career for himself here, one that I think he'll find very satisfying. And that's normal.
What happens at MassBay is that you're able to recognize the genius of students who come in the door and they tease it out of them. And once that happens, it's like a snowball rolling down the hill. It picks up momentum and it becomes unstoppable.
When you have those kind of turnarounds as an educator, that keeps you going a long time. And yet in a community college, there are going to be those kind of experiences. There's nothing can take the place of that.